So another question that comes up, or another spec that you have, is about glass houses. I'm inevitably going to call them greenhouses by accident, so I've just put that there. But glass houses are what they do is they provide very controlled conditions in which you can grow plants, all right? And so for this reason, because it's very controlled, you can then optimize the conditions for the plant growth, okay? So they provide controlled conditions. And oops, oh my goodness, plant growth. And so you should definitely be able to talk about all the ways that they do that. All right, so one of the things is that you can control the ions and the minerals that are present in the soil, and this can be done through fertilizer. Okay, so for example, nitrates, magnesium, calcium, phosphates. I think you guys are supposed to know what nitrates do. They are used to make amino acids for building proteins. And I can't remember the other. I think you need to know that magnesium is used for chlorophyll, I believe, are the two that you need to, that are on the specs. Okay, so you can easily increase the amount of nitrates by adding nitrate fertilizer, things like that. You can control CO2 levels, and you would do this right. Well, now you would simply pump in CO2, but they used to do it by burning lamps that would increase the amount of CO2 that's put out. I'm blanking on the name of the lamps. They can, of course, control the amount of light. You can always put in lights that stay on after dark, so that would increase the growing conditions because, of course, you need light for photosynthesis, which allows the plant to grow. You can control the temperature. So you can put it at a nice warm temperature so that the enzymes can work quickly. You can control the soil pH. All right, you don't want anything too acidic or anything. Yeah, usually not. You don't have to worry about soil being too basic or too alkali usually. But anyway, you don't want it to get too acidic. So you can add like calcium salts or lime. And the soil structure itself. So not just the pH, but also, and not just what's the ions and minerals that are in it, but also you may want to aerate the soil, for example, because that air pockets means that you can do active transport in the roots, things like that. You can also make sure that the drainage is good, that the water is there when you need it, that it doesn't get immediately drained away and things like that. So these are all ways that you can control the conditions in the glass houses. And again, it's about being able to apply these things to questions. So they may ask you a question about a glass house, and you have to think about, well, if these are all the options I can control, which ones of them are relevant to this particular question?